Hi everyone, my name is Putri and my team is doing regarding Cadbury. So I'm currently doing the warehousing and distribution of the supply chain.
And I'm Nurul. I'll be explaining on the different transportation that Cadbury uses.
And I'm Hidayah. I'll be doing the production and operations management category.
And Kalisa, I'll be doing on the strategic sourcing of the procurement.
Dairy chocolate is being owned by Mondelez International, and the demand of the chocolate is quite high as 350 million bars of Cadbury dairy milk are sold every year. They are the second largest candy and chocolate company in the world, and the company employs over 70,000 people in 50 countries. Cadbury milk is being shared, enjoyed and loved by people all around the world and including Singapore. Hence, let's move on to how Cadbury manages its supply chain management.
As the procurement manager, how important is strategic sourcing to Mondelez?
Okay, strategic sourcing is important as it will improve the overall efficiency and effectiveness of our supply chain. We are committed to growing a diverse supplier base. Thus, strategic sourcing of our suppliers will help to ensure the organization to achieve our business goal.
The products or ingredients that Mondelez International source for the manufacturing of Cadbury chocolate bar. How do you source for your suppliers?
We have to source for packaging, raw materials, logistic transportation as well as marketing services. The main ingredients in the Cadbury milk chocolate are cocoa, milk and sugar. We purchase our supply of cocoa beans from Ghana, and we are the biggest purchaser of fair trade cocoa, buying around 16,000 tons of fair trade certified cocoa a year. And by doing so, we have tripled the sales from cocoa farmers, bringing in over 6 million euros in premiums. Cadbury Australia believe that by incorporating fresh milk, the chocolate will taste the best. As for Cadbury UK, they use powdered milk instead. Plus, different manufacturing plants in the world will source for different supplies of milk. We source for our suppliers based on our Mondelez Supplier Diversity portal on our website. Since we got various suppliers in our supply chain connection, this can be an advantage as it encourages equal chance of business exposure, and it will prevent a monopoly market of a certain company. It can also be a disadvantage as our supply chain connection will be more complex, hence it will be hard to monitor the flow of supply chain information and activities.
How do Mondelez International manage their suppliers?
In order to have the best suppliers for our products such as the Cadbury milk chocolate, we have a few measures to counter the complexity of our supply chain by incorporating some initiatives such as responsible sourcing, supplier quality and food safety manuals, as well as processing expedition manuals. Responsible sourcing initiates a common CSR standard and drives efficiency on performance improvement for consumer goods industry. Supplier quality and food safety manuals. The safety and the quality of our products are our highest importance, and one of the ways we can achieve this is by ensuring the strength of our food safety and quality systems. And the suppliers have to adhere to the manual at all times. Processing expedition manuals are an excellent source of knowledge to enhance our food safety management system. These manuals target suppliers that supply perishable supplies such as nuts, cocoa, dairy, egg, as well as fruit and vegetables. Strategic sourcing and procurement are very important to us right now, as our company has plans to redevelop the whole supply chain process of our company to save $3 million. And firstly is by transforming the manufacturing processes, with partnering with suppliers to develop more efficient and modular design. We are also driving major productivity improvement through Lean Six Sigma, procurement transformation, as well as simplification programs. And we found out that a 20% reduction in the procurement cost itself by partnering with strategic suppliers, and it is expected to reduce our supply chain complexity by 60%. And this will save us $100 million in costs. Thus, this is why I want to have good suppliers in our supply chain connection. Hence, we are trying to reduce the complexity of our diverse suppliers by strategic sourcing of good suppliers, and we also want to maintain good relationship with them. In conclusion, by having a good procurement and strategic sources are the few important aspects for our growth in this business.
Hi Hidayah, as a production manager, right, what are your roles in Cadbury?
Cadbury supply chain. Can you explain to us?
Okay, so basically production operation is concerned with creating, operating and controlling a transformational process, and it takes inputs from a variety of resources and products and the outputs of goods and services to satisfy the customer's demand. For the inputs, we have the materials, capitals, information, label, and also time. While the whole processes, which is the transformation, is a series of the conversion of inputs into the outputs that is the goods and services. Okay, so the transformation can include the design, manufacturing, quality control, and the output that we get is the whole production, which is the end result of the whole organization's efforts, which in this case is our chocolates. We have a wide variety and range of it.
Can you share with us the process of Cadbury chocolates from the beginning when the cocoa beans are being harvested?
The chocolate process begins with the best cocoa beans, which is mainly from Ghana, the west coast of South Africa. When the cocoa pods are ready to be harvested, the pods will be cut away from the tree and split in half where the beans are being removed and collected. Next, the beans will go through a fermentation stage where there is two ways to ferment it. The first way is that the cocoa beans are being put on banana leaves on the ground in a circle and then another layer of banana leaves on top. After fermentation, the wet cocoa beans will be left dry in the sun, and after drying, they will make quick inspections of cocoa pods that is now completed. They are then sorted and cleaned before being exported to a Cadbury factory in Singapore. Next is the transformation process of the cocoa beans to cocoa mast. The dried beans will then undergo separations of the shells from the nibs, which makes the pieces in the chocolate. The nibs will be roasted and transforms into a dark, rich brown color, and then you'll be able to smell the chocolate aroma and taste. After this, the roasted nibs will be grinded in stone mills until the friction creates a thick chocolate-colored liquid called mast. And then, the cocoa butter and the rest of the cocoa mast are then inspected and shipped to the Cadbury factories in Australia and New Zealand. Full cream milk will be condensed before adding sugar, cocoa mast to make the delightful chocolate liquid. The sweet mixture is then evaporated to make a tasty chocolate crumb, a very powdery substance. These crumbs will go through a pin mill. It is then mixed with cocoa butter, cocoa liquor, and chocolate flavors. Emulsifiers are also added in this process. There, the mixture is conked, meaning the chocolate is mixed and beaten to create the taste and flavor to keep the chocolate at particle size. The batter is poured in trays and cooled slowly. When cooling is completed, the chocolate is shaped. The bars are covered with chocolate bloom that gives it the shiny look. And then the bars will be weighed. If the weight is incorrect, the machine will blow the bar into a rejected bin. The chocolates are all now set, and as for the output, the chocolate bars will now be ready to be exported all around the world, and the final process is to put the chocolate bars into the boxes to be shipped to the supermarkets near you.
In a warehouse, a lot of activities are related to the movement of goods. Typical movement processes include placing or retrieving goods in and out the storage area, reshuffling goods within the storage area, or transferring goods directly from receiving to shipping docks. There is also a lot of paperwork and supporting activities in a typical warehouse. Verifying the quantity of goods to be delivered, recording the inventory, scheduling the delivery, and planning the storage areas all are back-end activities that are essential to the efficient operation of a warehouse. Private warehouse is the most common type of warehouse in a supply chain. Companies construct or lease storage location according to their needs, budgets, and know-hows. It is generally established inside or nearby the company's property, which is at the production location. Products are stored directly after production. Private warehouses are owned and operated by the company itself in order to serve their own business activities.
Hello Putri, as a distribution and warehousing manager, please elaborate on the wholesaler that distribute Cadbury chocolates.
There are many private warehouses that are buying Cadbury chocolates which are manufactured in Malaysia, Australia and also New Zealand. Some examples are Rada Exports, Mustafa Centre, and major supermarkets like NTUC, Sheng Siong, and also Giant.
Okay, you mentioned that they are using private warehousing. What are the pros and cons for companies to use that?
Private warehouse will allow better control on resources and processes, and also their lower running costs in the long run. So there are also tax benefits and potential return of investment. However, there is a high cost of investment that will lead to potential loss of investment.
Hi Nurul. So as a transportation manager, how does the transportation system assist Cadbury's productivity?
Transportation plays a vital role in supply chain management as it determines the efficiency of the moving product from manufacturing to the delivery of final product to our client. Having an excellent transportation system will allow us to reduce our costs.
So please elaborate more on the mode of transportation that Cadbury uses to export their finished products.
Okay, our organization uses two types of transportation and intermodal transportation. One of it is by ship. We use shipment to transport our cocoa pod from Ghana to Singapore. The cocoa pod will be transferred into a truck to our factory in Singapore to produce cocoa mess. The cocoa mess will then be shipped to Cadbury factories in Australia. Once the final product has been produced, it will be shipped again to Singapore in a refrigerated container by sea transportation. Once it reaches Singapore seaport, the chocolate will be transported in a refrigerated truck to our Mondelez warehouse in Boon Lay and then to our reseller like NTUC. The chocolate will start to deteriorate with respect to both appearance and taste at 21 degrees Celsius. Solar radiation and other external influences such as heat sources may cause the temperature in the container to rise. To maintain the appearance and taste, we have to use refrigerated container and truck as they have insulated walls which are less sensitive to external temperature fluctuations, and the connected refrigeration units allows the required travel temperature to be maintained. Using sea transportation instead of air freight allows us to reduce our costs.
This is the overall process of Cadbury's supply chain, from procurement to manufacturing of the product, transportation, warehousing and distribution. Hence, this will lead to happy consumers all around the world. Since the supply chain is efficient and good, Cadbury chocolate is available everywhere for purchase. This is the end of our presentation. We'd like to thank you for your attention.